Hey guys, Mary here from GameSpot.com, and I'm showing off the mix here at E3 2015. I'm here with Nick.
Hello.
You're from Co-op Games.
I
Thank you for
am
being
exactly.
here.
Thank
It's
you.
so awesome. I'm going to show you a pretty weird game. This is pretty weird. I'm so excited for the audience to see this. This is called GNOG,
Nog.
but it has a silent G.
It's a one silent G. The other one's pretty good.
It's pretty hard. All right, here we go. So this is like visually one of the most unique games I've ever seen. And this is kind of like a little puzzler game. It seems really calm and collected. The music is really nice and lovely. I think that's to ease you from when you get frustrated, probably. In
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, so it's like a puzzle adventure game. So there is sort of like a series of motions you can go through to move to the next level. But really, I mean, it's a series of these monster head toys, basically. And each head has a little world inside of it. And the bulk of the game is just sort of exploring these little heads, playing with them as you play with a toy almost. And just chilling out with the music, seeing what these things do, discovering what each head does and how they sort of connect with each other. So it's a very like ambient, relaxing game, and we really want to like emphasize that with like the soundscapes, the sort of wonderful interactions that you have as you play with little switches and knobs here and there and transition from one head to the next.
Yeah, it's absolutely serene. I think that's like just a huge part of this. It seems like something that's fun to explore and enjoy and take your time in.
Yeah.
More of like a I get a really big Hohokam vibe from this,
Yeah,
where I'm just like
definitely.
enjoying my time,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to actually finish it per se,
Yeah.
more as just you're exploring and things happen.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely like hugely inspired by like Hohokam and Windowsill and a lot of Vector Park games in general, basically. And sort of all of us at Co-op are pretty much into like ambient, dynamic audio and just like very relaxing gameplay compared to like I guess a lot of the other stuff you see at E3.
Right.
So we just wanted to sort of have a very chill kind of atmospheric game.
We need a few more of those. And there's this kind of like they have these weird like totem looks to them.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration for all these different art designs?
So Sam, I mean, like he's a 2D artist by trade, and we just saw his art style like at games community in Montreal who's showing off his art style, and we're like, we really want to make a game with you. And he just has this super like eye-catching style of like very strong like faces and strong symmetrical geometric shapes and bold colors. And we just absolutely loved the look of the faces he was creating. And we jammed on a few different ideas and suddenly came up with this this weird little toy head mechanic. And yeah, I mean, people it's what catches people's eyes, basically.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no way to avoid that. So what are you doing right now? Like, you're just basically exploring this area, hoping something interesting is going to happen, or are these, like, there's, like, menus within?
Right. Well, so, I mean, there's a series of different, I guess, levels, basically, you'd call them. I mean, we're trying not to, like, pull away from traditional video game, I guess, words kind of thing. But, I mean, there's a series of different heads. Each one has a different sort of theme. This is sort of a more nautical theme compared to, like, the swampy bedroom theme of the previous one.
Right.
And, yeah, it's just sort of a series of levels. They're all, in the end game, going to be, like, interconnected.
And can you access them at any time?
Yeah, we're sort of like, figuring out how we're going to like open the game up to the player. But in general, it's going to be sort of very self-motivated, the discovery's up to the player to sort of like discover these different heads and explore how they connect to each other. So it's a very like self-directed kind of game too. And
what in terms of, difficulty or do they ramp up in any way, or is this more of just like an explorative type puzzle?
It's definitely exploration. I mean, there's not really going to be a boss level. There might be some sort of secrets to find later on for the really devoted players, but generally, I mean, we want, and we've seen kids playing the game and they seem to really love it. So we're not going to try to make it inaccessible in any way. It's just going to be like a bunch of wonderful different heads that you explore and then show you like cool different environments, and they sort of add up to like a larger world. And it's just about exploring them all together.
Yeah, it's really cool to look and see what's within each of these various heads. They're all quite different and really creative. There's a lot of detail that went into it, although it has a very simplistic look on the offset. You find little coins that you can move around and play with.
Yeah,
and
it's like
seems
totally.
Like you put a lot of detail in everything.
I mean, we were sort of all inspired by the art style, and that, like now we're seeing toy heads and everything. Pass by day to day. Like there's a head in a hamburger. Sure, let's make that make that a head. Let's a bookcase. Let's make that a head. It's all we're just seeing this stuff everywhere, and it's really sort of motivating us to build this world together.
Reach the boundaries of where what you can make a head out of anymore.
You'd be surprised.
There's like a coin-focused world, it looks like.
Yeah, so it's like submarine, sort of, there's a lot of like, nautical treasure underwater, different animals that you sort of meet down there. We're revisiting a lot of these levels too, as we're watching people play like on the show floor here at E3, at PAX East, things like that. And yeah, we're just sort of like seeing where these ideas take us. We have sort of different themes in mind, like level packs that will work together. Some will be ocean, some will be nature or urban, things like that. So it's we're sort of exploring a whole bunch of different ideas.
That's awesome. How much gameplay would you say is in here so far?
So, I mean, the demo right here is pretty short. It's like the Froggy level and the submarine level. That's like about 20, 30 minutes of gameplay. Ultimately, we're going to aim for about, well, let's say maybe 15, 20, 25 heads for about 2 to 3 hours of gameplay, with obviously secrets to go back and navigate through kind of thing. But yeah, so on the show floor, we've got like about a 20, 30-minute demo.
Okay, and if it's anything like Hohokam, sometimes you might just end up putting it in the background because the music is so wonderful that you can actually just enjoy it on its own. So you guys have your own music composer making original tracks.
He's a buddy of ours. He's a former heavy metal musician, Ramsey, and like... Well,
this is not heavy metal.
No, this is like totally ambient and lovely.
Is this out of his... is this out of his comfort zone? Is he doing something new here?
I feel like it might be because I've heard his metal and it's pretty awesome. But like this is just such a wonderful soundtrack and so chill and relaxing. We've had people like super stressed out from the show floor come and play the game and just zone out for like half an hour, and that is super rewarding.
It's absolutely like really a pleasure to just listen to and enjoy. And it's the kind of thing where sometimes you just leave it in the background. I used to do that with Hohokam as well because it's like free taiko tracks. Like you just enjoy the music.
Amazing. I mean, like we have the audio on loop at work too.
So what are we looking at here?
So this is the submarine. Salim, who's playing, he's a coworker.
Oh, we've unlocked it. That used to be locked.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So he's just we're all capable of speedrunning this level, obviously, but he's taking his time. He's chilling out and sort of exploring all the different bobs and whistles in this submarine. And really, I mean, we're trying to make it look like something you want to reach out and touch and grab.
Absolutely.
And like we're going to be launching on PlayStation with Morpheus support, and so we wanted to sort of have these little toys hanging there in front of you for you to just almost feel like you want to reach out and play with these things. Sam is our artist is totally inspired by toy design and physical design of objects.
Oh, there's no doubt it looks like something that kids would play with. But you know the thing is, and the truth is that when you go to the doctor appointment and you see all those cool little toys for the kids, that you want to play with them.
Yes.
And you're a liar if you don't feel that way. So this is a really good way to do that discreetly in your own home.
This is the adult way. Yeah.
You don't take a toy away from a child.
You could, but yeah, no, you have this now. You have this, and definitely we're watching kids play it, and they just touch everything. They're the best players of the game because they actually just play with everything. Adults tend to sort of try to puzzle it all out beforehand, but the kids are just going crazy, pulling on every knob and switch basically.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Nick, for showing me GNOG.
Awesome,
I think it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And when is this coming out again?
It'll be 2016. We don't have a fixed date right now, but
tentatively titled for 2016. So thank you so much for showing us that game.
Thank you.
All right, so that was GNOG. You can check out that and other games on GameSpot.com for all your E3 coverage.